Good morning, class. Hope everybody's having a great day. We're getting ready to work on lesson 11, which is this functions make, and we're going to be creating this quote maker app. Before you jump in and start coding, be sure you go to the activity guide. Okay, I have that up here on my desk. You can find that in the student resources, and it looks just like this here. So let's go through this real quick. Nice thing about this activity guide, it tells us all our outputs and our inputs. So we can see we're going to be working with a quote output. There's a color output, and then quote input, color input, font family input, right? Feedback output, and font size input. Okay, so we have all those. It's kind of nice to have that right there because we'll be using those as we start programming. Down here, it talks about what variables we're going to need, what we're going to call them, okay, and then what it's storing. So fill that out. That'll help a lot to plan. You can see that we'll probably need around 4 variables. That's kind of what I had planned for my program. And then right here, this conditional statement we will use, okay? So go ahead and take some time, think about this. You'll see where this is going to come in. If the color equals, we're going to see lavender, and font family is like Lucid Sans or something. It will set the text, the feedback output to something, and we'll come up with that. But it does outline that conditional for you. So put some thought there. Think about our functions, okay? Consider those functions. Right here is a very good example of what we're going to be doing, okay? So this kind of is your hint here on what your code should look like. And then we got our inputs, what it changes, just thinking about what those are. You got your quote, font family, we're going to have color, and there's one more. I'll let you guys think about that. But here's the important part, the rubric, right? This is what we're trying to accomplish. So on that input, we have an on event. So your on events are created for all required inputs. So we're going to have several on events in this program. Storage variables. Variables are created and appropriately used for all pieces of information. So we're going to create those variables and we're going to be using them so that everything works properly. Our conditional and if-else, if statement is used, with which correctly checks if certain options have been selected. So this is important. This is the one I was telling you about. This is where we can get that feedback. This is where we're going to make stuff pop up on the screen. And then our functions, again, we want to use those functions, help make sure our code runs smooth and efficiently. And then we have our code runs without errors. Okay, we just check that. If we have errors, we just go through and fix them, right? And then code commenting. We've got to comment those. I know we don't do a lot of commenting, but this one is important. All right, so let's get working. Let's see how this works first. Say, okay, it says try many of the different options. We're just going to hit run. Hello world, one of the most popular, right, phrases in programming. Almost everything will display that. So now let's play with font family. Let's see what happens. Arial. I didn't really see anything change. Oh yeah, it's changing right now. I don't have to hit a button or anything to make it change. Light blue. So the text doesn't change. It's the background that changes color. Okay. Font size. Oh, nice. Look at that. Changes right away. We got this nice design down here. That's a little light. I wish I would have made it darker, but whatever. All right. So we've got all that working. Those drop downs give us choices. Okay. Now it says, what happens if you choose lavender? So let's go to lavender. Where's lavender? Oh, I need to go color, lavender, and Lucid Sans. Where is Lucid? There we go. Oh, there it is. Great combo. All right, so it tells us great combo. And then it says try light green, and what? Light green, and move the slider until you receive feedback. Okay, I got nice design. Oh, looks fresh, right about there, whatever that is. And then nice design. Okay, so right there, sweet spot. Looks fresh. Okay, let's get programming this, shall we? All right, here we go. Let's see what it says, and then we'll get programming. So, oh, maybe there's not much here. Build, okay, just build the quote maker app using your activity guide. Well, here we go. Let's start with our variables. I said 4, so let's grab 4. And we might as well assign them right now. Okay, 1. We could assign them later, but we're going to just do it now. Okay, I said there was 4. Looking at my activity guide here, I got my quote. We know we got to have that, right? This is what we're going to be. And then what do we want to set it to? Well, right now it's just open, right? So just open. My next one is font. We could say font family, right? But font I think is clear enough. Oh, I didn't. And we're going to set it to open right now. So it's not assigned yet. All right, now what do we want to do next? Well, looking down, I got font. What do we see next? Color. So maybe I ought to do color, right? Now, what do we want to do with color? Well, I think that one, I might just go ahead and put to a color right now. Should we choose a color? Let's go in and look and see what we have for choices. If I go to design, I should be able to see some of my choices. If I click on it, where is it giving me it? Color. Oh, here they are. Color, light blue. Well, let's just start with light blue. That's the first one on there. I think that'll work. So we're going to do light blue. Works for me. So let's go back to coding. Now, make sure you get your quotes. Did I not get in there? There it is. Light blue. Okay. And these are just telling me, hey, you haven't defined this yet. And then we have font size. So I'm going to just say size, right? Oops. Man, I still didn't spell it right. All right, and size, and I'm just going to give this a size. Okay, 24. Okay. I'd like to see if this works, but at this point, we really don't have a program to run, right? We've just created variables, so there's nothing there to run. So let's go to our next, which is going to be to create some of these on events. You know what I didn't do? We haven't done any commenting. I don't know if there's a block to comment. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, looky there. There is. So we need to probably start commenting, right? We're going to define, why don't we say the vars. Let's define the vars. I should say variables to be more specific, but I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. All right. Now, next. Let's go ahead and go to, yep, not a function. I need an on event. There we go. Whew, almost messed up, right? All right, on event. Can I just drop this down? I don't want it to actually, well, it's attached. All right, so on event, what do we want to do? Well, we got to get our ID, and when I looked on there, It was quote input, right? This is quote input. And what I want to do is grab the input from that. And we could have probably done like key down or something, but this way it lets you type it. So grab the input from it. All right. Now, I need to get my variable. So we're going to now, I don't want to create a new variable. I want to just assign it what's in there. So here we go. So my quote, I grab that. And we got to get our text, right? That was in there. So here we go. Get text. Get text. My text, and that was that quote input. There we go. Now, let's see if anything happens. Run. Blah, blah, blah. No, not yet, because we're not displaying to the screen, right? But we will soon. Let's keep working. So what did I do? We better comment this. It was in functions. Let's put it here. We're going to say we get the quote. There we go. We're getting the quote. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to do an update screen, right? That's one of the things I planned on was an update screen. So unfortunately, we won't see this until we get to that point. So we're going to go to our next variable, right? We got to get the next thing, which is font. Let's see. What are we doing? What was our font? I got to look back. So font is our font family, right? So we want to go and find font family input. That's what I wanted. And we want input. All right, so we got font family input, and we're getting the input now. What do we want to do? Well, font family is still text. So we got to initialize, or it's been initialized. We just got to change the value on our variable. This is font. And we want to get text, right? Get text. There we go. Whew. And we're getting it from the font family input. All right. We got quote, we got font, we got color coming. I haven't commented. So back to functions, comment, we'll put that in here. Keeping it simple, right? Get the font family input. So get the font family input. That works there. And I could go ahead and comment this next one too, because I know the next one's going to be get color. And we're going to get the color value. So here we go. Moving on. I'm going to get this. So it's going quick, right? Another on event. Oops, missed it. There it goes. My ID on this is going to be like color. I may have to look back. Color input. Like I said, that activity guide is really nice because I can see what I'm working on. All right. So again, we're going to get input, right? We've been getting input on all of these. Or you know what? This one, let's try something different. Instead of input, let's try change. Let's see how that works. We're going to work on change. So as soon as it's changed, we want it to change. All right. So now with our variable again, remember, don't get a bar. This is color. And color is a text because it is a name. So we want to get text again. A lot of get texts in here. And we want color input. Okay, doing good. All right, now we got to do size. Okay, so here we go. In a comment, I wish this thing would scroll a little bit easier for us. All right, so we're going to do get the font size as a number. All right, so again, I kind of changed that a little bit because our font size, if we go in design, our font size, let me click on it, is actually going to be, where's it at? There's our label, width, height. But what it is doing is there it is, font size. It comes out as a number. So let's go in here. This time it's going to be a little different because instead of setting or getting text, there it goes, getting long. I can't minimize that. Okay. So we're going to get a number this time because it is a number. We got to get that as an integer. There we go. All right. Oh, what am I doing? Get that out of there. I got to do this first, right? So I want font size label. And we want, what do we want to do? Do we want to do it as a change? Do we want to do it as, how do we want to do this? Oh, do I want to do it? I'll do it as an input. If I do change, that slide might make it a little bit more difficult to see the different responses down here. All right, so input, get number. There we go, get number. Oh, why does it keep? Control Z, we're going to try this again. Get number. Oh, duh. Look what I'm doing. I'm not putting it, I didn't get my variable. We'll get that. So here we go. Size. Didn't want to type. There's our size. Now I can get a number. There it goes. Okay. And that is from font size input. Good. Okay. We're getting there. Now I need to update my screen, right? Because I could hit run and I can do all this cool stuff, but nothing's going to change because we're not putting it onto the screen. So I'm going to create a function down at the bottom, right? We're going to create a function and we're going to make it so it'll update the screen. So here we go. Might as well comment. Come on. Got that little message popping up. There we go. Update screen. That's what we're doing. Could I be doing a better job of commenting? I definitely could. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to call this update screen. There we go. Update screen. Got that. And what are we going to do in here? Well, we got to set our text, right? So we got to set the text that's going to go on there. Update screen. And this is coming from our quote output. And it is coming from our variable. So we got to get rid of the quotation mark because this is a variable and it's our quote. What in the world am I typing today? Huh? Quote. Quote. There we go. Whew. So we got our quote. That's good. Now, let's go and get our color, shall we? So now I want to go to a set property. Set property. This is going inside here. ID, I said color. So I'm looking at color output. If I can find it. Color output, not input because we're putting it to the screen. All right, so color output, background color is what it's going to if you look on there. So there's background color, and we want to get our variable again, right? We're not looking for a word. We're looking for what is actually in our variable. So that's going to get the variable. All right, now we got a couple more set properties coming, right? Oh, let's see. We got to do set property again. Now this one's going to kind of seem a little crazy, but you'll see why. We're affecting the quote output, right? So we've already got one quote output, but that was where we got the quote or the text on the screen. Now we want quote output. We're going to change the font family. And again, I got to put it to our variable. And that was font. Okay, doing good. One more is that font size, right? So set property again. There we go. And again, we're affecting that output where the text shows up, right? So we want that quote output. And we're doing font size is what we're messing with. And we want size is what I called my variable. All right, I did call it size. I did. There it is. Okay. That sets all the properties. Okay. Now, we could go through and see this real quick if we do our update. What am I doing? All right, this is not working today. I don't know why I cannot type, but we're going to try this again. There we go. Update screen. We got to do this on every one of these because we want to capture that information. All right, we're getting that whatever the user chooses. Whew. There we go. Now I should see this, be able to reset, run. Yes. Arial, I think it just automatically gives us Arial. Oh yes, that's definitely changing. All right, it's changing, but we don't have, is my size not working? Maybe I don't like how that worked. Why am I not getting? We will look for that problem here shortly. I did name a size, right? I did. And am I getting my size? Let's see. Size, get number, font size input, update screen. I will have to look through and find that error. But right now, let's continue on. Let's get our message down below. And this is where our conditional comes in, okay? So, conditional, here we go. All right, so here goes our conditional, and we know it's going to be an if-else if statement. So what we got to do is we're checking, and I'm just going to type in here. We're checking to see if our color is equal to, and the first one was lavender, and this is a string, so it's got to have quotation. Okay, lavender. And that font family, remember, now font family is not, and I called mine font, so here we go. Where was I? There it is. And font is equal, double equals, right? And now it's going to be a string, Lucid Sans. Make sure I spell it right. Licida Sans. So it's checking this variable to see if it's got Lucid Sans in there, and it's checking lavender to see if it's got, or it's checking color to see if lavender's in there. So there's what it looks like when we pop in the code. And if it does, we need to do a set text, right? Set text. So set text. All right. Set text. And what do we want to do? We want to do our feedback output. That's the one that is down here on the bottom. So feedback output. And we get to come up with what it says. Well, if I look at theirs just says great combo. I think we could come up with something better, but that's what they got. Great combo, right? And that is going to be a string, and that'll pop up down here. Now, here's the thing. We had another one. We had it when it was green, so I know I got to have another one in here. So let's see if I can look on my sheet and see what it was. Okay, so color. If color equals, and it was light green. If color equals light green, and, so do my ands, and font size is 24. Oh, you know what? Let me erase all this. Oh, too much. I need my ands. And font, right? That's what it's called. Font equals, and this is a number, so it's not quotations. It's not a string. Equals 24. Then what I want it to do? Well, it said looking fresh. So I need to do another set text if I can find it again. Set number, set text. There we go. So if we do that, set text, and that is, what was that again? That is our feedback output. Then I want the text to say looking fresh, right? Looking fresh. There we go. And if it's neither of those two, then we just want to set text. If I find it, boy. Set text. Where's it at? Set. I gotta be. All right. Set text. There it is. I don't know if it was hid. So this is feedback again. Feedback output, and we're going to say nice. There we go. Let's reset. Let's run. Say the font family, Georgia, and we do see nice. If I go to Lucid Sans and I do lavender, great combo. It's working. Nice work. Hope this helps you guys. Have a great day.